feel the rhythm call to me. I see the patterns.
I would love to sing, but I don't know how to start. Do you relate to those words? As a longtime performer and vocal coach, I've heard these words spoken many times after my concerts and talks. These days, during concerts which have taken on a slightly more conversational tone, I often mention the great pleasures that singing can bring, no matter your age or level. And science agrees. In the study called The Effects of Aging and Singing, research has discovered something that many of us already knew in our souls, that music listening and singing can have an impact on the brain, and in turn could mitigate age-related cognitive decline. In other words, it's great for you and keeps you younger. I try always to have at least one sing-along during the show so that we can experience the great joy of lifting our voices together in song. This activity seems to open the emotional floodgates for those in the audience who have a long-held desire to sing, and there are many. After each concert, several people will tell me that they would love to sing, but, and I can hear in that word but, that they're not quite ready to act on this desire. To these people, I offer a few suggestions, but I don't ask questions. Still, I try to leave each person with the idea that singing is a powerful choice of a hobby that offers huge benefits, especially as we age. Sometimes, though, the person speaking is clearly ready and willing to act on their desire to sing. And so I ask a few questions to get a sense of the unique role that singing will play in their lives. Each person has their own story about why singing is important to them. Perhaps they sang as children, but then marriage and having kids put their dream on hold. At other times, I hear this kind of a story, and way too often, that a teacher or a parent has told them early in life that they had no voice, or that they sounded awful, or that they sang dreadfully out of tune. Some recall hearing a parent snarling in response to an expressed desire to sing, "Who do you think you are?" There are so many stories. You may have one of your own like this. But consider this. Later in life, we've earned the right to leave behind that negative baggage and take a whole new look at what our voices can become. Do you know why you want to sing? Perhaps you're drawn to the social aspect of a choir. Singing with a choir offers the kind of connection that's hard to find in almost any other human endeavor. We know now from scientific study that group singing releases several powerful feel-good hormones in our bodies. No wonder we're so drawn to this activity. On a personal note, now and then I listen to choir music at night before I go to sleep. Sometimes tears will flow down my cheeks at the beauty of the human voice. Perhaps you feel this way too. If you seek this kind of social connection, I suggest you look for a choir in your area. Listen to whatever you can of their work on the internet. Do they sing music that lights your musical fire? Is there a clear route for you to audition? Do you need to read music or prepare in some other way? And if the whole idea scares you, try to lean on the old adage, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Your joy in choral singing will be worth it. Another option is to find a singing group online. Put these words into the Google search engine, online singing groups, and you'll be amazed at what comes up. After reading some messages on my own YouTube channel, Singing After 40, I realized that there was quite a strong need for online group singing. Many mature people seem to feel isolated in their quest to sing better. Now I have a free weekly group that meets on Zoom to exercise their voices and to sing a little bit for one another. You have to be over 40 to join, but all levels are welcome. Perhaps yours is more of a personal vocal journey. Do you want to sing in order to find out what your voice can do now? It's never too late to take private singing lessons. But how do you find a teacher? If there are no singing teachers in your drivable area, look for someone online, preferably a teacher who understands and enjoys working with the older voice. Then commit to 2 or 3 lessons. In that time, you can discover 2 important things. Number 1, do you like the singing lesson experience? Number 2, is this the right teacher for you? Is she or he someone with whom you feel uplifted and supported as your singing voice evolves? Also, do they have insight into the older person's voice? Keep in mind that our voices change as we age. Singing teachers who work with older singers need to know about these changes. Private lessons are the more costly route to take for sure, but you may only need to take a few lessons to give you enough of a vocal boost so that you can work more skillfully with free online YouTube videos. But maybe you want to test out your voice in a public place. If you're pretty sure that your voice is ready for another level of singing, I suggest you look for places to sing that offer karaoke nights. You could practice your songs at home with a backing track. You could find one maybe on YouTube, and then test it out in front of some people who are similar to you in their desire to sing. It's a more gutsy way of getting back into singing, but for some of us, it's exactly what we need, the joy of hearing our own unique voice in a great song in front of a responsive audience. Truly, performing for others is a thrill like no other. It's this more public route that one of my students, Carol, has been enjoying. In her late 60s, she takes a weekly lesson with me and then sings for local concerts and in a variety of music clubs. I asked her what she would like to share about her later in life singing journey, and this is what she wrote. Singing is a wonderful way for me to communicate with others. No matter what mood I'm in, once I start to sing, I'm lifted. I always complete a practice or a concert on a great high. I will continue to sing as I grow older. I've also learned how important it is to keep using my voice and taking care of it. There's no age to stop singing. It's a most precious gift to share with others. I will never deny myself or others that kind of pleasure. Carol, Montreal. Singing can make a real difference in your life. And if you have that desire, I encourage you profoundly to act on it now, today, soon. You will never regret it. Barbara Lewis was singing After 40. Hope to see you again soon.
I feel the